Everything that we do it for the Creator. We do it for God. So, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Life is short. You understand? So, first and foremost, we thank the Creator for life. And despite what's going on in your life, it's a blessing to have life. Can you hear me back there? Good. I'll start off with some poetry. Brother Jolly, what's up, man? I'll start off with some poetry, and then I'll speak to you a little bit, and then I'm going to bring up Miss Nikisha. She's going to talk to you. A reporter said, "Ain't you from St. Clair? I heard there ain't no saints there." I said, "I'm from 79th to be exact, where most young boys, they carry straps. In most houses, they call them traps, where even the cats look stressed out. Where everybody rap and want to be the best out. We all love the hood, but still hoping to be the next out. But it's tic-tac-toe. I just don't want to be X'd out. So we don't care about your DM. Rough riders roll on you in the AM or the PM. And we don't feel protected from police when we see them. So they become our sworn enemies, and I wouldn't want to be them. GM, that's if you get to see the morning. Most young boys die, don't even get to see the warning. It's a daily tsunami, but still my brainstorming around a bunch of wannabes swarming. I'm from down the block where Jesse ran, where Langston wrote, where UNIA met, where Malcolm spoke. Where those riots, they made Huff choke, but Dr. King helped us with Carl Stokes. I'm from Cleveland, the place where Superman was born. Around the corner where Ruby Dee would perform. Yeah, I'm from St. Clair. It ain't no saints there, but for sure, God's people reside. Because Glenville, they been real. That's God's people like Israel or Ghana, complexion of Botswana. Some of us drown in poverty, we piranhas. In Collinwood, they looking for peace, Dalai Lamas. But down the way, give me that peace, give me that llama. You can blam blam to anyone who disrespect the fam. They was ready to jam for that bread. On Kinsman, they come for your head just like a barber. On Superior, they got more choppers than your barber. A life for a life. These young boys, they like the barter. But they killing babies and killing ladies. These boys gotta get smarter. And on Harvard, they just making it harder for the young father who just trying to go farther. And those boys from the heights, I wish they could see at greater heights. Turning suburbs into hoods, these boys got poor sights. Shooting guns like it's a county fair. And you know, a county fair gets you a teddy bear. But out here, it ain't no county fair. It ain't fair. You shoot guns, the other family rapping poles with teddy bears. Y'all don't hear me. This is Cleveland. And on West 25th, the young Boricua will take you out quick. Take you out quick. The stuff is sick. With the wrong click, you hear that click, you better stack quick, because MS-13 and them felons, they don't play around these parts. Well, you better have heart and a strap to pull. No bull, but much beef in these streets, because it's deep. It's deep. Like the grave that you get laid in if these streets you play in. Shock like Raiden. Make you wish that you stayed in. But this is the place that I was raised in, that I was made in. I hope I make y'all proud when my days end. And I ain't talking hotels, but when my time's fading. This is Cleveland. I'm out here marching and saying Black Lives Matter, but some of our cousins, they act like Black lives don't matter. Damn! Don't you know these bullets got karma? You take that boy brother, he coming back for your mama, and your brother, and your sister. We stuck in a frame, but we don't even get the picture. They killed my only son. You ain't hear that mother whisper? Whoever owned them jails, we sure making them richer. That dog food turned a young teen to a young fiend. That Percocet keep that girl in a dream or a nightmare. Where I'm from, Freddie, Chucky, and Jason, they couldn't last a night there. Remember that white there for Gucci belts, Nike Airs, 18 years old with a head full of white hair. It's so bright here, but the violence make afternoon feel like night here. The funds is tight here, so they'll take your life here. And when I say your life here, I mean like right there. Yeah. Can you imagine the hurt? The same one that she birthed, she got to put in the dirt. Can you imagine the hurt? The same one that she birthed, she got to put in the earth. This is the truth. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. How many of you can relate to that? If you can relate to that, can you relate to it? Some of you, man, who have grown up in these environments, you'll be surprised. Don't worry. I don't want you to, Tupac said something very beautiful. He said, I may not change the world, but I may inspire the person who will. You know, when I was younger, a lot younger, being a speaker, coming from these neighborhoods that I came from, I used to be like trying to get people to listen and be quiet. I used to do that a lot. Yo, be quiet. Shh, listen. I just don't do that no more. Because those who want to listen, they will. And Grandma said something very powerful. She said, a hard head will make a soft ass. That's what Grandma said. So I realized that I don't spend too much time telling you to be quiet because it's either two things. Either you're going to listen or you're going to be forced to listen. Either you are going to pay attention what life is trying to teach you or you're going to be forced to listen. And when you're forced to listen, it's a pain that you never want to experience. So you got to want it. Luckily, man, being from where I come from, having great people, man, that you have, man, and Brother Jolly, man, this is a person that was one of the people that helped raise me. Originally, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I moved here to Cleveland. My family, we was homeless. We lived in the Salvation Army, which was a shelter for women and children. And even while we lived in this shelter, my mother, she would take us to go feed other homeless people. At a very young age, she was teaching us that no matter how bad you think you have it, somebody got it worse than you. No matter your situation, no matter your struggle, the medicine for your anger is gratefulness. You better learn to be grateful quick. You better learn to find reasons to be grateful, because if you don't have to die to experience hell. You're experiencing it right now. You don't have to take your last breath. Just yesterday, in my tradition, when our family or members of our community pass away, we wash their bodies ourselves. We wash their bodies. A young brother, 24 years old, committed suicide. Can you imagine washing the body of a person who committed suicide, and as you're looking at his face, his tongue is halfway out of his mouth? Suicide. You never know what people are going through. You may say, why would this person commit suicide? Why would they kill themselves? Well, shit, man, you ain't got to put a rope around your neck. Some of your cousins be killing themselves every day. You smoke every day. You eat crazy stuff. You drink red juice. That joint say 0% fruit juice, red flavor. You eat hot Cheetos for breakfast. I mean, you slowly killing yourself. But you never know what people are dealing with. You never know how people can be on the brink of depression and stress. Whether they're students, whether they're teachers, just don't know. You know, I tell people, man, as they ask the question, what's wrong with our young people, you know? What the fuck, what's wrong with our young people, man? Well, there's 4 E's I want you to think about. And if you have the blessing, because we only taking 50 people, I believe, on this trip. So if you have the blessing to be one of those people, then I'm going to ask you this question. There's 4 E's. I want you to remember this. What's your name? Dartavius? Remember this, man. 4 E's that make us who we are. The first E is environment. Environment. Let's take a dog, right? We're going to take a dog, 2 dogs, one from where I come from, Huff, and we'll take a dog from Solon. You know Solon? All right. Now this dog from Solon, rather, his name is Smoochie. He about this big. He got brand new Jordans. He got sweaters. If Smoochie goes missing, $20,000 if you find Smoochie. Smoochie got doggy insurance. They be kissing each other in the mouth. That's why I don't drink after nobody. I don't know who y'all be kissing. Kissing dogs in the mouth and all this craziness, man. $20,000 if you find Smoochie. But this dog that come from where I come from and where some of you may come from, his name is Rufus, Optimus Prime, Killer. We feed him hot sauce, gunpowder, hot Cheetos. You could be walking on the other side of the street. You pose no threat to the property that Rufus is guarding, but yet and still, he want to jump over that fence to get you. Even the animals are angry where some of us come from. The cats is mad. The squirrels, you got to run around them. I seen a raccoon walking on 2 feet. This nigga he was walking on 2 feet. And I mean, when I say big, this raccoon was huge. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Getting the garbage can. And I'm looking at him, he looking at me. Like, what you gonna do? You know? So I walked away. He got it. You know what I mean? It ain't worth whatever that in that garbage you can have, bruh. You got it. Even the animals are upset where some of us come from. Pay attention to the pigeons. The cats is mad. Now imagine the impact of the environment on human beings. Where you live on this block and you can't go to this block without problems. Imagine the impact of the environment on especially our young black girls who live in an environment where everywhere you look you see danger. What impact does that have on you? I got something called the Cleveland face. You know when somebody from Cleveland, they look like this all day. All y'all walk. I watch every last one of y'all come in, man. Y'all look like that. It's 80 degrees outside. It don't matter. Well, what's wrong with you? Nothing. It's my regular face. Shit, that's your regular face? You was born with that face? Nah, man. Subconscious anger, man. You angry. Everywhere you look. Yo, you could be walking down North Park. You ever heard of North Park? Like up in Shaker or whatever? And they walking, they jogging and shit. You know what I mean? You like, who you waving at? You know what I mean? You like, oh, hey, how you doing? Man, let you be walking down Superior talking about something. He's like, man, who you waving at, man? It's automatic drama. Automatically. So if people don't understand the environment and where some of you come from, then there's no way that they can understand it because you're looking at the what and you're not looking at the why. Are y'all with me right now? You sure? If you look at the what, you're going to think that black and brown kids are a bunch of animals. But if you look at the why, it'll give you a different answer. How many of you ever heard of crabs in a bucket? Anybody ever heard of that? What does that mean, crabs in a bucket? Can somebody tell me? What does it mean, crabs in a bucket? People that want to keep you down, not crabs. What'd you say? Okay, people that want to keep you down, crabs in a bucket, right? Anybody ever seen crabs in a bucket? Like literally? If you put crabs in a bucket, they'll literally like try to pull each other down, for sure. But the question I want you to ask yourself is this: who created the damn bucket? Because if you've ever seen crabs on a beach in front of an ocean of opportunities, they don't pull each other down. Who created the bucket? I want you to think about that. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that there's a system of programming that you need to be aware of. That you need to engage in your own form of brainwashing. Where my seniors at? All right, listen. You better get it quickly. There's a serious brainwashing that's taking place in programming that you got to snap yourself out of. Think about this for 1 second. Yo, you weren't even thinking about a Snickers bar until that commercial came on. You wasn't even thinking about Burger King. You know daggone well that they don't make them burgers like that on Harvard that you see on them commercials. Y'all cousins make that with no love. And they act like they own the ketchup. Give me some more ketchup. I got to ask for the ketchup now? Anyway. They just slap the meat and cheese and shit. It just looked a mess, right? It don't look nothing like the burgers on the commercial. But you saw the commercial, and in 30 seconds, you wanted a burger. Hungry, why wait? In 30 seconds, you wanted a Snickers bar. So they want to sell a car to you. They're not going to put like some lady like this, buy the car. You're not going to buy no car like that. The hunchback of Notre Dame with the car, hey, isn't this nice? You're going to be like, hell no, I don't want that. What they going to do? They're going to put Beyonce, here you go. Oh, shit, man, if I drink a Pepsi, I'll get a Beyonce. Are you out your mind? All you're going to get is diabetes. Are y'all with me right now? You flowing with me? So if it takes 15 seconds, 30 seconds for you to want a burger, even though you know it's not good for you, even though you don't feel good after you eat it, then what impact does it have that every time you turn on the radio and you hear a female rapper, all she's talking about is sex and overlies sexualization and getting this and my booty hole is this? What impact do you think it has on you? I know you're laughing because it's funny, right? I know it's funny. But you may not feel like having an impact on you, but what impact you think it's having on a little girl? Well, you see our little girls, our little nieces, our little daughters. Look at her. Go ahead, baby. Twerk on that ground. Look at how my baby twerk. Go ahead, baby. Twerk. Do that dance. But she don't even know her damn ABCs. She can't even count to 10. She don't know her multiplication. She don't understand the beauty of herself. But you give her love because she's twerking. What impact does it have that when you turn on the radio, all you hear is not drill music, but kill music? I'm telling you, it has an impact. Everybody may not be able to understand it. That's why you may not understand it. But I'm telling you that it's death. And you may think it's cool, but you don't recognize that you will become desensitized to death. You have become desensitized that it doesn't even bother you. Our music is the worst music in the world. In the history of mankind, there has never been music worse than rap music. Never. Are you listening? What's your name? Dominic? Good, good. I want you to listen closely. Your big brother Basheer has traveled this world. My degree from Morehouse is African Studies, so I'm a historian. I'm telling you right now that the music in America, there is nothing in a world, in the history of mankind, where our music is so degrading to our very women. There's never been music like this, ever. And you know why? I'm going to break it down for you. Because you may say, well, Basheer, you don't like rap? No, rap stands for rhythm and poetry, revolution and progress. Rap came up for a specific reason. But when the music became controlled by a different entity, oh man, it has a different impact. I'll give you an example. And this is with all due respect to everyone, I'm just giving the truth, okay? So if anybody don't like the truth, because we all got issues in here, okay? If you say you don't, lying is your issue, okay? So we all got problems, okay? But I'm giving you the truth, the facts of it. The majority of people, of businesses that own rap, I'm talking about the publishing, the record companies, the this, the that, the this, the that, they do not represent the majority of the people that is rapping, okay? And the majority of people that is purchasing the music don't represent the people that are rapping, which means that people are benefiting and making money off of black pain, okay? When you listen to music and every woman that gets on the radio is rapping a song about over-sexualized lyrics, there's a problem with that. And until you become sensitive to you, then it's not going to bother you. Like, how can we be in a room and we play some of this music in front of our little girls? And what impact do you think it have on you? You become desensitized to over-sexualization. I'll give you an example. So I was talking to one of my students, and I'm asking her, this is when the Chris Brown song came out called Look at Me Now. You remember that song? Look at Me Now. So I'm talking to one of my students. I say, let me ask you a question. When you hear that song, what's the first, no, I was talking to the young guy. I said, tell me your thoughts about this song. He said, I said, when he says he want a foreign woman, what's a foreign woman? Like, what's the first thought that comes to your mind when you think of foreign? What do you think? Asian, Hispanic, what else? Do you ever think African when you hear foreign? You don't ever think African. So he said, yellow model chick. I said, so when you hear yellow model chick, what do you think? You think light skin, but you also think, oh, that's sexy. Right? You think sexy. That's what he said. So then I say, well, if yellow model chick is sexy, then what's the chocolate woman? What is she? He said, ugly. The crazy part about it is that his mother was chocolate, like my mother, like many of your mothers. So you may be like, this is not a big deal, but I'm telling you that the music has an impact on your emotions. Do you understand, Dominic? Listen to me closely. When you listen to a certain song, doesn't it have an impact on your emotion? My mother passed away 13 years ago from breast cancer. Me and my mother, we had a certain song that if the song came on right now, I'll start crying right now. I bet you that there's certain songs in your life that give you certain memories, that make you remember certain things, and you be like, oh, man. Or a certain song will come on and you just start getting like, aggressive. Like this Jeezy song came on, I put on for my city. I'm like getting overly aggressive just listening to it. Like, oh, shit, yeah, I put on for my city. You know what I'm saying? Like it has an impact on how you feel. And it has an impact on how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the world. Be careful about what you're eating, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And just do a experiment on yourself. Because some of y'all be listening to music all day. I'm like, cool, it's fine. But that's like eating like Sour Patch candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, you can get it sometime, but shit, not all the time. Because it impacts how you feel about yourself. Don't call it drill music. This shit is kill music. You talk to some of my youngins, man, before they go blah, 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 I go to the jails and talk to them. Hey, let me ask y'all a question, man. Before y'all did what y'all did, how many of you thought to yourself, I shouldn't do it? They all raised their hand. Let me ask you a question, and then I'm going to get ready to bring up our guest. Energy has power. How many of you, before you did something that you end up regretting, something told you, don't do it? Before you went to that party, how many of you was about to go somewhere, decided not to go, and something happened at that place? Yeah. Yeah. You was about to go to that kickback. You was about to go to that party. You was about to go wherever. Ladies, let me ask you a question, ladies. How many of you, before you got into that relationship that you got into, something told you before you got with him that you shouldn't mess with him? How many of y'all experienced? Not y'all, but y'all cousins in him. I know y'all don't want to put your hands up. Some of y'all don't want to put your hands up because he in here. I understand. Some of y'all like this because he's sitting over there. I know what's going on. Or guys, how many of y'all something told you like, yo, she a little off. But you went along with it anyway. You raised your hand quick. Good job, brother. All right. He don't care where she at. He like, shit, right there, me, for sure. My point to you is, in my closing right here. My point to you is, you better learn to listen to yourself. God has given us all a spiritual GPS. You don't even got to ask Siri. Ask your heart. Ask your heart. And your heart will guide you all the time. But when you move off of emotions, you're always going to regret it. Especially ladies. I'm talking to y'all especially. That's what's wrong with some of my brothers. They're so emotional like their mothers that you step on their shoe, they want to kill the whole block. That's their problem. But emotions, if you move with anger and frustration and this and that, you're going to always be regretful. You're going to say something, you're like, damn, I didn't even mean to say that. Don't you ever call me again. I hate you, I hate your mama, I hate everybody. And she texts you back like, oh, so you ain't going to call me? Really? You just told me not to call you. I told you not to call me. What you say? That don't mean that. You see that? Hey, brothers, for my guys, you better listen to me. See, you better pay attention. You're going to fall into some mistakes because you ain't listening. You better listen. Your greatest test is going to be women. Your greatest test. Listen to what she just said. What's your name, princess? Nakaya. Oh, yeah, Nakaya sound like trouble. Listen, Nakaya. So I just said, hey, yo, don't call me again. I hate you. I hate your mother. And I never liked her food anyway. Don't call me back. And then you don't call her back. And you say you ain't really mean that, though. Huh? That don't mean that. What does that really mean? What do it mean? It means call me back. Do you hear that, guys? So don't you ever say, well, you told me not to do it. That means do the opposite, all right? But if she say no, it means no, okay? So you understand that question. It's on the point. But anyway, my last 3 E's. I'm really serious about that. Because brothers, domestic violence ain't no joke. If the cops come, somebody getting arrested. and it's going to be you. Because in her fit of emotion, oh, brothers, women have called police and say he did things that he didn't do. And brothers done went to jail for a long time as a result of it. So sometimes when she say no, she mean no. And I don't care if she didn't mean it. Damn it, you shouldn't have said it. I'm out of here. Don't play around with that. Because brothers, if you get arrested for domestic violence, man, you might as well get arrested for terrorism. It's over with. Okay? Because when the police come, somebody getting arrested. And it's a good chance it's you, 95%. All right? I don't care if you look like Rihanna. You're going to get arrested. You're going to spend some time. And you don't want that on your record. For real. All right? The next E is exposure. How many of you have walked into somebody's house and when you walked in, it smelled like death? Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably your house. Your funky house. Hey, why is it that when you walk into the house, you walk in, they in there, they playing Fortnite, they chilling, they laughing, and you like, God, it's stinking here. Why is it that you can smell it, but the people in the house can't smell it? They used to it. They used to it. Ain't that something? Ain't it something that even your nose is right above your mouth, but you can't even smell your own breath?